Hello everyone. Yeah, I'm Brassbeat and this is Leap Year. This is a game made by Daniel Linson. It was published by Sockpop Games. You may have heard of the studio before. They've made Staglands before. They publish a whole bunch of smaller games, and this is one. This is one of them. They didn't. One of the few that they didn't develop themselves. But never mind. Anyways. This is this game. This run I'm gonna be doing 200%, which is gonna be both the main game and the March DLC. So we'll get started. When I hit play, there's gonna be a little animation time. It's gonna start when we spawn into the world. So I'm gonna hit play and count us down. 3, 2, 1, and go. So yeah, this is Leap Year. We have all, as you saw in the intro, all the days of February fell off the calendar and we have to collect them all. So the second was right here. And the main gimmick of this game is, as you can see, if I jump here, I fall 2 blocks and I die from fall damage. This is the main mechanic that you're gonna have to puzzle around. So, for example, right here, I need to be careful around those 2 blocks to make sure I don't fall there. You have these few NPCs here around the world. Actually, I can't do that. That's gonna kill me. You have these NPCs here. They're gonna be able to break or fall. This is actually going to be important for a skip that we're going to want to do later on in the run. So there is going to be a big portion here where I want to make sure that I don't die, if possible. Otherwise I lose like 20 seconds or so. That was kind of bad. So yeah, that skip's not going to happen now. It's very hard to actually get it done. Done well enough. Here you can get a double jump on these NPCs, but it is kind of tight. And we're gonna move our way back over to the left. This jump over here is very treacherous. You can make it in one go, but if you fall and die, you would normally have to reset, and that's kind of annoying. So over here we see that we can do other things other than falling to our death. If we fall 2 or 3 blocks, we die, but if we fall from bigger heights, we actually unlock new abilities, and that's gonna be what's... And normally in a casual playthrough, you would be discovering these abilities throughout you playing. So what we saw there is if we fall 6 or 7 blocks, then we dive like this through the ground. We're gonna pick up 21 here. And then, yeah, we're gonna make it back up here. Jumping up this slope is slightly faster than walking up it. Here I want to knock out this dude, and hopefully, and I want to do a few things while this NPC stays down. Jump here. Over in this room we found out a middle ability for 4 or 5 blocks, which is gonna be a 3 block bounce like this. So we can use it to navigate the room like this. And there we go. Now over here I'm gonna enable the trick with right trigger, the grid with right trigger. I want to do a very tight dive here. There we go. That didn't take many attempts at all. Usually it takes much longer. But yeah, we go down to 19. I'm gonna do this backup so I can show off what kind of skip we were talking about. Although doing this is actually slower than just doing the intended route in the lower parts of the world. Anyways, we go down here, and there we go. We ended up over here, get 26 here, and then we fall onto the spikes because It's very weird. You can weave directly into the spikes like that. Anyways, we're on the ice area now. We're gonna dive here and dodge through all these spikes. This is probably the hardest intended thing the developer wants us to do. Alright, made it through there. And now we're gonna go to the bottom of the world. Make sure we don't fall to our death. And pick up the 28th. And now we gotta climb a little bit back up. You can see how the movement goes here. Spikes act kind of interestingly, in that if you go sideways into their block, they don't actually kill you, which sounds like the way they should work, but gamer instinct tends to tell you not to, that it wouldn't work like that. So that is in fact part of the puzzle that you have to figure out. Anyways, here we're going to do a big jump and dive right here to 27. Didn't quite get that optimally. This is a very funny ledge here. It only exists to bait you into jumping. And over here we, in this room, we're gonna do use our final ability as a skip. We're gonna flip gravity and do it a few more times, and then this tight movement over here is gonna make us go past that 2-block gap. If we were to land in there, we would die from fall damage, and the skip wouldn't work. But anyways, that's number 16. So normally after you collect the first 28 days, to collect the 29th day of February, we would normally like flip around gravity in one place and then go on an adventure all the way across the map. But with this skip, we actually end up right at the very end of our journey right here. So we go through this hallway. And then over here is going to be the last real obstacle. Do movement there so we don't die. And there we go. We move back to the... run back through the final room, and there we pick up the last two days. So there you go. That was the main game done. And very quick game. This was a small puzzle game that was released for like available for like $3. The DLC is also $3, but it is going to be a lot bigger. We're going to skip the credits here and enter the March DLC. Oh no, all the days of March have fallen off the calendar. We have to collect them all. The 31st is right there, so let's see if we can get it. Aw, dang it! So yeah, the March DLC, one of the things that it adds is the ability to dehydrate by falling into the water. But yeah, the surface of this world is gonna have a lot of slopes, and jumping up the slopes is gonna be faster. Jumping down is also faster, given that you don't die in the process. So we can do that in some places. We're gonna hit this pink button over here. That's gonna swap around some blocks in the world. And if we go here, then as you can see, this opened up, so we go down this stairs. It's actually kind of awkward to walk down the stairs without dying, because if you just hold right, you overshoot a step and fall and die from fall damage. But anyways, we get over here. In the main game, we would discover all of our abilities as we play along. But the March DLC is meant to be a bit more challenging, so we're gonna see all the abilities used right away. So we're gonna turn around here. And go up right like so. Don't die there. And then dive here. And now over here, we're gonna go up this ladder, and then we're gonna do a little sequence break, which looks like this. We're gonna dive right here and end up here upside down. This configuration we saw at the end of the last game before. It's very tricky to not die there, so we take the checkpoint for safety. This is just gonna be a bit of movement like that. We can go here. This area is a little bit awkward. What's doubly awkward is that I skipped that checkpoint on accident. I wouldn't want to do that because it's not gonna be worth it for a showcase run like this. Anyways, over here we're gonna toggle the button and then jump over here. And then we can jump over here all the way to the bottom of the world. The bottom of the world in here is aligned with spikes, which is going to be a bit of a walkathon, so there's time for a quick message if you have any.
Absolutely. So, we are raising money in support of Mind this weekend, and Mind aims to ensure no one has to face a mental health problem alone. Their helplines and resources have assisted people since 1946. In 2024 to 2025, Mind answered over 116,000 queries on their support helplines. In addition, their mental health information was accessed 22 million times during this period. To learn more about the organisation, visit mind.org.uk. And don't forget, we have a bid war going on for our World of Horror run later. We have a few different options and they will decide the palette that will be used during the run. Currently no donations towards that, so if you would like to decide what happens there, then do get your donations in. We do also have the bid war for Ollie Oop, currently £115 put towards Pumpkin and nothing else. The bid war is still open if anyone wants to take it on, but it's yeah, it's coming up very soon, so you'll need to be quick.
Alright. You saw me while Midi was talking. You saw me do a little silly there. That's a bit awkward. But anyways, you saw me do, in this room, when I was here before, you saw me do a corner dive, which is something we can use to do a fast turnarounds. What we want to do is jump down here so we can get this bounce. And I fell for the bait again. We want to do this. And then jump down here. But yeah, anyways, the corner dives, you're gonna see this on a few more places for some fast turnarounds. In this room, what we want to do is we want to set up for a tight jump here, so I'm gonna enable the grid again and then line up right here and then dive into the ground like that. That's not what's supposed to happen. A bit unfortunate so far. There you go. And now we're back onto the bottom of the world. We're gonna do some maneuvers right here to get across. I missed out on the 30. I can die here and we're gonna be on the other side. That's fine. I forgot to get this one right here. That would have been very unfortunate if I missed out. Anyways, we can walk here. Jump over here to the big room. Here with a somewhat precise jump, I can miss that ledge here. You can... Oh, that's not what's supposed to happen. There you go. You can make it directly up there if you're precise enough. That's not what I want to do. We're gonna go down here. And then dive up here for our last trip to the bottom area. We're just gonna feature some more bounce maneuvers. Do this nice and easy. I don't want to skip that checkpoint. Now that we're over here, we're gonna not do that. Okay, over here I want to set up another small skip. There you go. So now we're in the wheel room. The unintended route here is very annoying to do quickly, which would require you to oops, not like that. Which would require you to go from this room down underground through that NPC over there. And if you then die during the process, and I'm being silly again, if you then die in the process, you would have to do a massive detour, which thankfully the actual run doesn't have to do. Anyways, we move over here. Walk a bit along. Alright, finally collect number 7 here. And we're gonna move on to the last major area. This is the facility. I'm gonna first go down here. And then we can just hold left here. And then something that's kind of relevant here is a screen transition. I will actually pause the world for like a short while. So if you jump precisely, you can avoid having to do screen transition multiple times there. Now over here, we're gonna pick up number 8 in this room, and then we need to turn ourselves around again. I want to go for another precise jump here, which hopefully doesn't involve dying over there. There you go. Turn around there and then avoid the platforms to dive back to the top. Now we're gonna go here. And then over here, this section, we're gonna go outside and back in. Depending on how tight your movement is, you can avoid having the music transition there, but I didn't get it there. And now over here, I wanna do the same thing again, but avoid the green buttons like that. That's not what I want. Jump back here. There you go. Now we're gonna go up this ladder. And this next section is gonna be a bit awkward, so we're gonna have a bunch of turnaround movement, and then we go up back to the surf. Oh, not like that. There's gonna be a bunch of turnaround movement here. So we go here. And then like this, we can dive down and go up to the surface like this. And now we're gonna bounce around the cloud. Oh, that's not what I want to happen. I need to do that again. That's actually something I never happened before. Going under the platform like that and bouncing exactly on that NPC there. So there's a first for the marathon. Now over here, we just gotta move around like this and make it up there. And now this cloud movement is a bit awkward, very costly if you mess it up. do this, this, and this. And there you go. I died there, but that was right after the checkpoint, so we're fine. Now over here I want to tuck into that platform. There you go. And now that we're back into this room, I actually want to go back up this ladder again, because we are upside down and we would rather be right side up here. This would be really awkward if we didn't have the skip here. Oh, I actually got it first time. That's really nice. That corner dive right there is actually really precise as you go into the spikes there. Obviously, if you exit too high, you fall into the spikes and die. But for some reason, if you exit too low, you also fall into the spikes and die. So it's actually a lot more precise than it looks. Alright, now we're over here. We just want to go here, avoid this button so we can pick up the 10th over here. And then do this movement again. And now here we can dive like this. Now that we have the green blocks up. And move on to the final few bits of the level. Here we press the button and then we gotta move down. We want to go here and then dive. There you go. Now we dive again to get 15. As you can see, we've almost completed our collection again. After 16, we need to make our way to 31 and go, like on the main game, the intended route sends us on a massive adventure again, but this time we can't actually skip it. We have to go on a large adventure. One intended route requires you to go through that ladder upside down and then remember that it's there from the first time you've seen it. So anyways, we go over here. This is the lock room. Now that we have the first 30 days, we can proceed. And we're gonna do a few dives and a turnaround right here. That almost wasn't right. So over here we turn around and now we fall really far. Dodge the spikes. At some point our guy turns green and we activate our last ability, which is to warp 6,000 years into the future. So in the year 8024, the world is very green and very frozen. So we gotta make our way back up top. Do a few maneuvers here. Over here we can't directly proceed, but we can go down here the same way as we did before. Now over here we need to jump there because a gap has spawned there. And do a bunch of maneuvers here. Oh, I skipped that checkpoint. Let's hope that doesn't bite me. We just take the checkpoint and go intended route. There is a small skip here, but I missed it. No worries there. Anyways, now that we're in the same big room as before, we're gonna fall upwards, and the gap extends far enough for us to warp 6,000 years into the future again. We're not gonna stay here for long because we're gonna go right back down and then warp again. Now over here we wanna do a little bit of a tuck here. So if we're right here, we can fall down and dive. Over here, falling again and diving is a little bit faster than just going through the ground. And then this bit is kind of tight. I don't think I've gotten it right here, so let's play it safe. Go for an extra bounce here. And we're back up to the surface. Now... there's one NPC here that will break us fall like that, so we made it up to the surface. It only took us 18,000 years, but we did make it. So yeah, we're just... the end of the run is coming up soon. Time's gonna be once I collect the 31st of March, which is gonna be right here. And now since the lake is frozen, I can just walk up there, and time. So yeah, that was the run, and yeah, cute little game here. As I've said before, the main game is just $3, and the DLC is another $3. So if you enjoy this, you can check this game, maybe check this game out for yourself. And yeah, hope you all enjoyed, and goodbye.
Thank you so much, Brassbeat. Any more shoutouts before we head off to our next run?
No.
Alright. Well, stick around, everyone, because our next run is Ollie Oop All Missions by PBB8. So we will be back in a few minutes. We'll just have a very quick intermission, and we will be back very soon.